Yo, what's up, party people? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm here. Guys, last time I made a video about, well, I was talking about animals in Jamaica, once again. And last time I made that video, dangerous animals that you can find in Jamaica, I got a bunch of comments and a bunch of views and a bunch of likes. So firstly, I want to say thank you for that. Number two, I'd like to say I got a lot of comments about animals that I hadn't even really considered for my list of dangerous animals. So I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna make a second video. So I did a little bit of research on the animals that have been mentioned in my comment section, and I decided to also do a little bit of my own research to add some brand new animals that nobody had commented about or that I just hadn't considered the first time. So I hope that you guys enjoy this one. Also, guys, I want to say thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers, and I just want to say you guys now have the privilege of being able to say I was subscribed to her before she even had 1,000 subs. I was there before she even got to 1,500. If you want to be a part of the before 1,500 club, guess what you got to do? Subscribe right now to enter the before 1,500 club. There's a time limit on it because it will get to 1,500 eventually. Come on, guys, don't miss out. Okay, so this time we're starting off with the bugs. Firstly, we have the southern black widow. Although the black widow is native to North America, they have been recorded in Jamaica as far back as 1725. So they've been in Jamaica for actually a very long time. I feel that Jamaica's climate is just very attractive to this spider, or this particular genus of spider, because the red widow and the brown widow also inhabit Jamaica. But the difference between the red and brown and the black widow is that their bites are no match for that of the southern black widow. With the shiny black body and the bright red hourglass on the bottom of it, I actually find this spider to be quite beautiful. If you didn't know, the females of this species are actually the dangerous ones. The males of the black widow species are usually gray or brown, and they are much, much smaller. The females are much larger. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know? He loves his giant wife. Every year in the US alone, around 2,200 people report being bitten by this spider. So here's what you could expect if you happen to be someone that got bit. The black widow's bite is sharp, like a pinprick, and soon a dull numbness will spread throughout the limb as the venom starts to attack your nerves. This can result in severe muscle spasms, extreme pain, and stiffness throughout the entire body. If you've been stung anywhere in your upper body, just go ahead and add chest pain to that existing list. Other symptoms may include extreme sweating, fever and chills, swollen or droopy eyes, increased saliva production, and nausea. Healthy adults are unlikely to face some of the more extreme symptoms. People younger than 16 and the elderly tend to face harsher symptoms from the bite of the black widow spider. This is a common myth. Do not attempt to suck out the venom out of any sort of venomous bite. This, especially with the black widow spider, has the potential to envenom the person doing that. Go to the hospital to be treated to avoid long-term damage, because like I said, this venom is one that attacks the nerves. Okay, so our next animal is pretty big. We're talking about the wild hogs all over Jamaica. I'm sure everybody knows of the wild hogs, or wild boars, same shit. And these animals are quite large and can be quite dangerous. These animals are most common in places like Portland or St. Thomas, and they're hunted for their meat. These animals are thought to be descendants of domesticated pigs brought by Spanish settlers, and I know it can be confusing to think how they could have evolved backwards into wild animals, but due to epigenetics that pigs possess, they actually have the ability to go from domesticated to wild in one generation. These animals generally try to avoid humans, but they can quickly become very aggressive if they feel cornered or if they're protecting their young. Wild boar weight can vary greatly between individuals, hovering somewhere between 130 pounds to 220 pounds on average. Unlike the domesticated pig, wild boars have tusks, sharp, hard tusks that they use to protect themselves. Males especially are known to charge, ram, slash, and bite. And with a bite force of 700 to 830 pounds, they have the potential to seriously maim, injure, or cause death to a man. And they also run at 30 miles per hour, so forget the idea of attempting to outrun an angry one that is trying to hurt you. I would like to emphasize again that these tusks are extremely sharp like knives, with the ability to easily cut through muscle and skin. Boars tend to attack the lower body, particularly going for the groin or the femoral artery, and they won't stop attacking until whatever they're attacking has stopped moving. These animals don't attack and run away. But physical attacks are not the only thing that you have to worry about with this animal. As I said earlier, people hunt this for its meat. But if this meat isn't cooked properly and carefully, it can have extreme consequences. Wild boars are known to commonly host at least 20 different parasitic worm species. And of course, they carry a host of parasites that can infect humans. Gastrodiscoides, Trichinella spiralis, Balantidium coli, Taenia solium, which is the scientific name of the pork tapeworm, and Toxoplasma gondii. I know that what I've said won't stop people from continuing to hunt and eat these animals, so like I said, please just try to cook it carefully. Or cook it properly, like cook it thoroughly. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't skimp on the cooking, man. So for our next two, we're taking it to the beach for the lionfish and the scorpionfish, two venomous fish that live off the coast of Jamaica. These animals are actually closely related, and they both belong to the Scorpinidae family, I believe. And the defining characteristic of that family is the venomous spines. The lionfish has a look in nature that says, "Leave me alone," with its very elaborate pattern and the warning colors of black and red. The lionfish doesn't use its spines to attack anything, it only uses them for defense, hence the warning colors. It would rather just not have to do it. In Jamaican waters, this is an invasive species that poses a threat to the native sea life in the area. And this is because they have no natural predators in those waters. Lionfish can be safely eaten, but a larger lionfish of like 4 to 6 pounds shouldn't be eaten because they would have a higher concentration of this toxin called ciguatera, and that can't be cooked off. It's a heat-stable toxin, so cooking the meat doesn't change anything. Luckily, most lionfish are about 1 to 2 pounds, and those don't have a high concentration. During the preparation to eat this fish, of course, the spines are cut off. So let's talk about what would happen if you were to be stung by one of these spines. The list of symptoms is long, containing the expected pain and swelling around the area. Heat coming off of the sting site and tenderness when touched are also pretty common in lionfish sting incidents. But the sting has the potential to cause things like cardiovascular issues or paralysis in the limb. If stung by a lionfish, try to remove the spines with gloves. Do not attempt to squeeze out the venom. Wash with soap and water, and then soak the affected area in hot water. Not water that's hot enough to burn you, or alternatively, you can take a hot shower for like 10 to 20 minutes. This sting can mostly be resolved at home, but you should go to the hospital if you experience the paralysis, if there is evidence of infection, or if you are still experiencing symptoms after the at-home treatment, like it's still very painful, go to the hospital. In my opinion, the scorpion fish bite is even worse. Also known as a poison grouper, this fish can be found in coral reef and rocky areas as it has the ability to camouflage among these environments. They are often lying motionless at the bottom, and they are not aggressive. This fish is also eaten after their venomous sacs are removed, and this is what you can expect if you were to be stung by a scorpion fish. The sting itself is quite painful, and an intense burning sensation will ensue, and then the swelling will begin. And after a few short minutes, the entire limb will be swollen. With this swelling comes an intense throbbing pain throughout the limb. And this pain is so bad that it's actually debilitating in some victims. Like, some people get stung and they have this throbbing pain, they literally just can't move, they can't do anything. This inability to do anything could also be because the scorpionfish venom is actually a neurotoxin, meaning that it attacks the brain and the nervous system. This means that this bite will often induce delirium, leaving the person in an anxious, agitated, confused state, often very fearful. And this bite can also be accompanied by tremors, which is not a seizure, but does make the body shake uncontrollably. In very rare cases, paralysis, seizures, and shock causing collapse has been recorded. In some cases, even necrosis occurs at the sting site, meaning that the area will rot off. And this is especially likely in this case if treatment is delayed. If someone is stung by a scorpionfish, immediately get them out of the water, number one. Similarly to the lionfish, the scorpion fish venom can be diluted by submerging the area into hot water. This is because both of these venoms are protein based, and so the hot water basically cooks them off. After this, a hospital visit is recommended and most people recover in 1 to 2 days. However, the numb and stinging sensation at the site may persist for a few weeks. And if necrosis is severe enough, surgery may be needed to remove the dead flesh. A sting to a person's torso, abdomen, or chest area can be fatal. Staying in the water for our next one, we have the majestic and beautiful stingray. Personally, I really like stingrays, or just rays of all kind. I think it's a very majestic, like sea pancake type creature. Jamaica's waters are known to have both the yellow stingray and the southern stingray. The yellow stingray is the most common one though. This animal is a gentle giant and people often interact with them with no issues. They are very docile. Just avoid stepping on them or just unnecessarily touching them and everything should be fine. However, this cute creature has the ability to inflict real pain. Not only does the stingray possess a venomous tail, that tail is also barbed, which is guaranteed to deliver a nasty wound along with the venom. The sting itself carries an immediate intense throbbing pain that can last for up to 48 hours. Due to the way the venom is administered, basically stabbing through the person, bleeding from the wound is very common. The area around the wound may become discolored, often turning blue or red. Treatment of this wound includes washing it off with seawater and removing any debris first, and then getting the person out of the water and submerging the affected area in warm water for 30 to 90 minutes to denature the venom. Apply pressure to this wound to control the bleeding, and once done, apply an antibiotic ointment and a wrapping. This venom often causes symptoms like dizziness and fatigue, and it tends to have an effect on the entire digestive system, causing nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Muscle cramps and weakness can also occur. Symptoms like fainting and muscle cramps are signs of a more serious reaction, and then you should be seeking medical attention. If the sting site is in the head, neck, chest, or abdomen, immediate medical attention is needed because this carries much more risk to the vital organs of the body. If the barb goes especially deep when the initial sting happens, surgery may be needed to remove it. Death from a stingray sting is exceedingly rare, with only 1 to 2 being reported worldwide each year. Though rare, the risk is ever present, as the world learned in 2006 when beloved animal man Steve Irwin was tragically killed when a stingray stung him in his chest. And this took a usually non-fatal injury to catastrophic levels. Our final creature of the day is the Jamaican scorpion. This scorpion does not possess a venom that is lethal to humans normally, but the sting and venom will still be quite painful, and it has the potential to cause an allergic reaction in certain individuals. These insects are very common all over the island, but they seem to have a higher concentration in St. Andrew for some reason. They feed on cockroaches and other similarly sized insects like that, and can usually be found in dark areas like underneath a wood pile or in like a foresty area. Under rocks is a common spot. They are known to enter homes as well, especially in rainy seasons. Keeping a clean home can make this less likely, as the scorpion will have less places to hide and it won't be attracted to any other bugs that are in the house. The best way to keep them out though is to plug any fissures or gaps in the building that it would be able to squeeze its way in through. Keeping the scorpions out in the first place is crucial, as although scorpion populations tend to grow very slowly, one single pregnant female can establish a colony. And once established, it can take a long time or a lot of effort to get them out, because they can go for months without food. So they will not have to flee at a certain point just because you're keeping your home clean to go find bugs to eat. They can wait months and months and months between meals. If you were to be stung by a scorpion, you can expect intense pain and swelling at the site. And for some people, this pain only lasts a couple of minutes. For others, it can be 24 hours or more. The sting will begin to itch persistently and it might change color. Now, symptoms become more severe if a young child is stung. This can exhibit symptoms like thrashing around and muscle spasms, inconsolable crying and restlessness, drooling, high blood pressure, and difficulty breathing. In some individuals, even more severe symptoms can arise. This can include trouble swallowing, blurry vision, or jerky and roving eye movements. As stated, a severe allergic reaction is possible, and somehow the risk is even higher if the person has been stung before in the past. In the case of a severe reaction, a visit to the hospital is recommended. For most people though who will not have a severe reaction, an at-home treatment will suffice. Cleaning the area with soap and water, applying ice, and an anti-itch ointment like hydrocortisone or calamine lotion will help the symptoms. Benadryl has also been used to help the itching symptoms. It's time to seek medical attention if you have any signs of infection or if the sting site turns purple. Don't attempt to suck out the venom. Do not attempt to cut out the sting site, and please be mindful and know that scorpions can still sting even after death, so remove it carefully if you kill one. Don't just grab it up. The tail is still active. Guys, oh my god, party people, you made it to the end of the video. I just want to say, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna put my desk together. I have a desk. I'm gonna put it together so I can come at you guys like a newscaster. Newscaster Rio next video, bro. No, I have to put it together. It's a two-man desk. I don't have anybody to build it with me, so whatever. Bye guys.